Welcome back to Tin Can Garage. Today we're looking at 1, 2, 3 of my tin cans, and hence the name. Let me explain. Just wait for it. Wait for this one. See why they're called tin cans? We've been working on this station wagon here for a while. I've had this car since 2019 and it's been daily driven almost the entire time. But over the years, it's had a lot of work done to it and just maintenance that's been done over the years. But now we're kind of getting ready to make some really big upgrades. I really want to bring it into 2026 and make it kind of a really good, viable piece of transportation for another 10, 20 years or so. So let's go over a few things that I've done and a few things I have left to do. I took a lot of video of the process of stretching the fenders and getting the wheels to fit. And hopefully we'll be able to include some of that in this video. But it was done kind of broken up over a couple weeks, and it's been a while since I've looked at the videos, so to be honest with you, I don't really remember what I have. So we're gonna kind of just add a little bit here and blend it all together. All right, welcome back. We're starting a new project today. The first step is to get these new wheels on the Datsun. I put one on real quick, got the tire on the rim and got it all mounted up to make sure it would fit. And this is how it looks. Just some basic Bassett racing wheels. These are 13x7s, and we're running, I think these are 205 60R13s. Try to get a video here of make sure we have complete free suspension movement. While we were at it, it also got brand new rotors, brand new brake pads, rebuilt the brake calipers, and then down there it got new shoes, new wheel cylinders, and some new springs. Alright, so we've got this corner done. We've still got 3 more to go, obviously, but new rotor installed and the wheel bearing in here. Inspected it, got it nice and tight without being too tight, of course. So we got pretty much zero play, good seal on the back side, and fresh grease on the inner and outer wheel bearings. Everything seemed pretty smooth, nothing was bound up. So put it all back together just like it was. Rolls very quiet and smooth now. You can tell there's fresh grease in there. All we have left to do is put the pads back on and be good to go on this corner. So I do still have to come back later at some point and change out the strut cartridge, but we should be able to kind of just leave all this intact and take the strut off separately, I hope. I think this, oh, new rubber lines. So pretty much full brake rebuild, including the master cylinder. It now has a manual master cylinder off of a B110. Anyway, this is to make room for the next upgrade. The reason we switched to manual master cylinder for the brakes is to make room for the air cleaners and the big carburetors hanging off the driver's side of the engine here. Normally, it's not a problem for Japanese cars because they are right-hand drive, but we're in America, it's left-hand drive, and everything's in the damn way. So, all that said, I'm probably going to have to switch to a low-profile air cleaner as well, but we'll make it work. So, a few things going on here with this engine. This is the engine out of my first car, so big sentimental value here, but it's in great shape. It's all original internally. It's never been rebuilt. I did take one of the main bearings off and looked at that. I think I have video of that to throw in here. All right, so we got some painting done, as you can see, and we're starting to go back with some reassembly, getting everything ready to go. I'm getting ready to put the pan back on, but I had to do the rear main seal first. And to do that, the easiest way to do it is to just pop this rear cap off real quick, but that also gives me a chance to inspect the main bearings, and they're obviously not new, but at 250,000 miles, they're really not that bad. So we're gonna let it go, and it'll run for a good long while. But they looked, you know, okay, serviceable, good enough to put it back. So we're gonna let it run. This is I mean, they're great running engines. You can't kill them. This one is gonna make just shy of 100 horsepower, and the car is less than 2,000 pounds. So it's gonna be a good time. But let me take you over here to the original cylinder head, and I'll show you why this is gonna be such a huge upgrade for this motor. So what you're looking at is the intake valve for a 1979 to 1982 Datsun 210. For these year models, they introduced a H95 designation cylinder head that had a shrouded swirl port design. And while it did slightly improve the fuel economy, it absolutely trashed the horsepower and torque output of this engine. And you can clearly see why. If you cut off half your valve flow, that's seriously gonna cut off your performance, especially on a RPM-based engine. So that's where this comes in. We have big oval ports on here that are bigger, plus you have a big opening on both sides of the valve that allows good airflow, and this thing's going to open up from 67-ish horsepower to around 90, 95, I'm hoping. So anyway, that's the plan. I've got to wait for jets to get in the mail for these guys so I can finish rebuilding them. They just shipped yesterday, and then we can finish putting the motor in. I would like to finish the suspension first though. So let's talk about that. So I mentioned we made it stop. What is this doing here? I mentioned we made it stop, but the other key component is making it handle. If I am honest with you, this puppy is worn out. So I've got two KYB XLGs for the front, and then I've got the matching rear shocks right here. So I just showed you the struts and mentioned the struts and shocks that are going to go on here, but you may be asking yourself, well, there's a whole other front end that has to be rebuilt. What about tie rods and ball joints, blah, 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 blah. Those have been done all collectively in the last 3 years, and everything on the front end of this car is actually pretty new and in good shape. The only other modification that we're working on for the front end, and I hope this is something we can kind of make a good video on and share with the Datsun community. One big problem these cars have is the idler arm bushing. On almost all Datsuns, they all have an idler arm that looks like this. They may have slightly different mounting tabs or angles or whatever, depending on whether it's a 510 or a 210 or the different year models. But essentially, it's all the same. And all it is a bushing on the top, a bushing on the bottom, a pivot arm, and a nut. The problem is that they don't make bushings worth a dang anymore, and so they last about 2 to 3 weeks before this is wallowing in its hole every time you try to turn, making your steering wheel do this number. So what I want to do here is modify this to have like a solid mount bearing, basically, so that it just spins and doesn't have any flex, and it doesn't require a bushing. It just has a bearing that allows it to spin smoothly and with no friction and also no deflection. We're about to wrap this up for the day, and I'm about to take the car up to the store real quick and come home and edit for the night. But thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me a lot to get started, and I hope you enjoy seeing the cars and the projects and all the ideas, and hopefully you can learn something from it. So thanks. I'll be checking the comments. Bye.
Well, I'll be honest, I'm excited to purchase this vehicle today. You sure made the right choice buying my custom model Beetle.